What is up, everybody? It is Friday. It is November 2nd, and this is the VR Game Rankings YouTube channel. Let me go ahead and turn down this volume a little bit. I don't know what this trailer is. It was some random trailer that was in my folder of miscellaneous trailers, and man, this looks indie and terrible. It is called The Eerie Inn. I don't know how that ended up in my folder. I don't know what this is from. I don't know what it relates to. It's probably some little VR game that I discovered a long time ago and just happened to have it in my trailer category. Eerie Inn. So don't know too much about that. What is up? So you know what? My chat seems like it's still a little bit off. Man, I gotta fix chat. So here's chat, but it's gonna still be screwed up. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so guys, what is the latest news? What is the latest notes? Is there anything really big that is going on? I really don't know. As far as I've seen, I haven't seen really any kind of big information that's going on right now or any exciting things that are going on in the VR industry today. But I will go ahead and take a look at things, and we could try to figure something out, try to find something good to talk about. Let me go ahead. I'm looking for a different trailer to throw on because this trailer is kind of craptacular. Let's see here. Where should we go? How about, what should we do? How about Mystery Lands? It's kind of a nice trailer, I think. Although I think it plays some crazy music in the background. Let me hear this music. Yeah. Oh, this is the music that pisses people off to no end. One time I was doing my show and I had this music. This trailer was running. I couldn't hear the music at all. Had no idea that the music was on. And it was like this, and it was hell of loud. And oh my God, that music was pissing people off. But I do like the colorful aspect of this trailer. Jim Hall says, fix chat by going into the browser window properties in OBS, set the proper width and height, be done with it. Well, it's not that easy, Jim, because here's the deal. The deal is, yeah, you can change the width, you can change the height, but then you're going to have all this other stuff on the sides. And what I try to do is I try to expand it so that, see these little indicators, you know, the little logos on the left. I like those little logos to be as big as possible, but all the way over to the left as much as possible. And then the last possible letter of somebody's comment to be over on the right side. And then for the very bottom part of chat to barely hit on chat. That's perfect. That's when it's dialed in absolutely perfect. And it's not just a sample of width. It's not just a matter of width and height. I can set the width and height, but then I need to dial, I need to fiddle with it. You got to fiddle with it. And then once you fiddle with it, no, man, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not. Because look, okay, what you're talking about, Jim, I'm going to tell you what you're talking about. Okay, if I set the proper width and height, it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. It's going to show top chat. It's going to be like this. I don't want it like that. I want it so that these logos are like barely visible, and then also like squeezing over to the side. It's not as easy as you're talking about, Jim. Trust me. I've worked on this quite a bit. I mean, it's easy if you just want it standard. If you just want it standard where it says top chat and all of that. I like to kind of get it, well, yeah, see what ideally what I would do is I would have it scaled to the proper width and height, and then once I have it at the correct width and height, then a minor adjustment, get it dialed in. Like, it looks pretty good right now. I just don't know where it's going to cut off at the end. But Jim, you can join me anytime, bro. If you want to Skype in sometime, we can go ahead and do that. Definitely down for that. Paradise Decay is checking in. What is up, Paradise? So I did want to get back to something I talked about a little bit yesterday. Let's go ahead and check out the web browser with small video window. Here is Neon VR. It did come out yesterday on November 1st. There are no user reviews. The price is $20, but it is 10% off. You can get it for $18. Are you ready to embrace the dangers of Neon VR? And I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know that anybody has tried this out. I tried to get a hold of Ascendant Studio to possibly get a key, check it out, and give everybody a first-hand impression of the game. But I'm not positive on this, but I'm pretty sure I looked for their website, and I don't know if they didn't have like an email or anything. Like I couldn't get a hold of these guys. I think I tried to get a hold of them, but I couldn't get a hold of them. So unfortunately, problems there. Okay, so now chat has scrolled down quite a bit. T-Dub is at the bottom. Now the question is, if I move this, is anybody below T-Dub? Okay, no one's below T-Dub right now. So I'll go ahead and just leave that there, and we can always revisit that a little bit later. All right, so it's Friday. It is November 2nd. I don't have any see, push the button had to ruin everything. Okay, so let's scroll this up a little bit. We'll see if that'll catch it from that point there. Okay, yeah, don't really have much prepared other than the fact that I did play Tetris Effect. I did play Tetris Effect yesterday. Tetris Effect is only available for, I believe, 4 days. For basically this weekend, that is when it's available. It's like a timed weekend demo. So you can go ahead and download the Tetris Effect demo this weekend. You can try it out, and then the demo will self-destruct. And I was kind of excited about this. Okay, T-Dub is at the bottom again. I guess I probably just need to kill off there, and then that's probably good there. Okay, so Tetris Effect. You know, I was kind of excited to try this. I guess I should probably have a little bit of volume on the trailer here. We'll just get it right there. But it's somebody talking, which I don't like. Why do these trailers have people talking? Let's hear this.
Just as they were falling asleep. This fact on its own was newsworthy.
Yeah. Come on, just give us some nice music and special effects. We don't need to hear somebody yapping. But anyway, tried Tetris Effect. Gotta say, was not a fan. Did not like Tetris Effect. Honestly, I feel like Tetris Effect is the perfect example for the pancake gamers that back when VR first started, one of the complaints that we would get with pancake gamers is, does this need VR? Does this game need VR? Did you need VR for this game? And I think Tetris Effect is the perfect example of that. No, you don't need VR for this game. Now I'm watching this trailer here, and it looks pretty cool, and you know, it looks pretty magical and shit. But the demo that I played, all it was, like, I didn't notice anything VR whatsoever. Like, in fact, I almost wondered, am I in the right thing? Like, am I in, do I need to change some kind of setting? Do I need to go, like, have I even activated the VR mode? I didn't even know if the VR mode was activated. It was that, like, non-factor, man. It's just playing Tetris. And I've played Tetris before, and Tetris is a great game. I mean, Tetris is probably one of the best video games of all time. And you'll have people like Jeff Kanata that will say Tetris is the best video game, period. And it's end of discussion. There is no discussion. I will say Super Mario World. That's my pick for best video game ever, all time, period, end of discussion, no discussion. Other people will say Tetris. Tetris is cool and all, but where was the VR? Now, I don't know if, like, maybe if you get farther and you do really good and then it activates some crazy VR stuff that starts going VR all over the place. I did not see much VR shit going on at all. Now, Chris Gould says, I think you must have gone into 2D by mistake, as it is an option. Nah, I mean, I saw some little things that were moving around in VR a little bit. It was like, so you're playing Tetris on this flat two-dimensional plane, and then there was some stuff that was kind of swinging around, like in my periphery, but it was a total waste of time in my opinion. I just thought it was like, it was a dud. I think it's a major, major dud. So I am in the camp that Tetris Effect is a big time dud. For me, I would rather play Super Hypercube. I think if you want a VR game that kind of does the Tetris-y thing in a certain way, but kind of more like Tetris through a wall type of thing, go ahead and grab Super Hypercube, because I would say Super Hypercube is a much better way to go to me than Tetris Effect. And you know what's funny, actually? Let me go ahead and bounce over to, let me go to the PlayStation VR subreddit, because this game seems to be very divisive. Like, it seems like people are either on one side of the coin or the other. In fact, check this out, folks. This is the #1 upvoted thing on the PlayStation VR subreddit. I don't know what to believe anymore. Now, if I click on this, let's take a look at this. What does it say? Tetris Effect is a horrible precedent for VR games. And then right underneath it, Tetris Effect is amazing. Okay, now, you know, I'm almost wondering now if maybe I didn't activate a VR mode or something. But no, I went in. There were a couple of different options. There was like journey mode, and then, you know, I forget what, there was 2 different modes, and one mode shows like the entire United States, and like all these people are playing Tetris and blah, 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 blah. And then the other mode was more like the regular mode. I tried both of them, man, and I don't get it. Somebody help me get it. Don't understand it. So let's see. Kevgret says, Tetris Effect VR is so polarizing. Chris Gould says, man, it's great in VR. Okay, Chris, I'm starting to wonder now, did I not activate it? Did I not set it up right? I don't know. If I didn't set it up right, then it must like be buried in the menus or something, because I looked all around. Paradise Decay says, Project Cars 2 is £15 on Steam at the moment. That's a really good price. That is actually a damn good price, right? For Project Cars 2. I don't think Project Cars 2 has never been that low, right? Project Cars 2 Steam. Let me go ahead and we'll grab the Steam. Yeah, it's 67% off right now as we speak. It's $20 here in the good US of A. So here it is, Project Cars 2. $20. You can get the deluxe edition for $30. They're both 67% off, $19.80. The reviews are mixed. Mixed reviews. Slightly Mad Studios, of course, is a developer. There is a demo, too. Can't remember if I ever tried the demo or not. I think I tried the demo. Did I try the demo on my 970 and the demo just didn't even open? It didn't even activate? Can't remember what the problem was in terms of Project Cars 2, the demo. But yeah, that's a pretty damn good price. I mean, there are a million games that are on sale right now in so many different categories. Main Fan says, get Kubz VR on Steam. $4. You actually use motion controllers. Kubz VR, never heard of it. So let's see, Kubz VR. If I can spell it right. Okay, Kubz VR is $4. This is a Main Fan special. Never heard of it, but you know what? It's very Tetris-ish. Actually, this is pretty cool. Good looking out, Main Fan. Check this out. So look, Tetris blocks fall into this room from the top in like truly, truly legit 3D, and you grab the blocks and you try to make walls out of it. This actually looks pretty dope. Like Tetris Effect, Main Fan knows what he's talking about. Main Fan coming through in the clutch. This is mostly positive. It's got 19 reviews. This came out like 2 years ago, man. September 5th, 2016. How did nobody ever hear about this? It's only $4. It does require a decent little play area, and it does say HTC Vive. It doesn't say anything about Oculus Rift. So, I mean, there might be a little bit of a question mark there. Did they ever, you know, will this work okay on the Oculus Rift? But that's Kubz VR. doing some things, and that is MainFan coming through. In fact, I'm going to see if I can find a YouTube video for Kubz VR because it looks kind of cool. Let me see if I can grab a YouTube video, a trailer for it. Kubz VR. I wonder why they called it Kubz VR like that. You would think it might have a little bit of a better name. But let's see if I can get a trailer. Kubz VR. Well, here's a mixed reality video. That's 1 minute and 3 seconds. I'll go ahead and grab this one. But yeah, that looks good. I think this looks better than Tetris Effect in my opinion. Tetris Effect does have a lot of polish. The one thing Tetris Effect does have is it has like all the menus, like everything, like any little thing that you touch has like feedback, sonic feedback that is very pleasant. So Tetris Effect does have that from a pleasant standpoint. It is very, very pleasant. Okay, so I grabbed a Kubz VR trailer. Let's go ahead and let's check this out real quick because MainFan is jumping in and letting us know some stuff. Okay, Kubz VR. Let's go ahead and check it out. Chris Gould is not pleased with what's going on here. Okay. Wonder why I'm not hearing this. Okay. Okay, let's go to full screen for a sec.
Kom igen.
Looks kind of sweet. Looks interesting. Certainly, yeah, MS Can says, looks like too much work for a chill game like Tetris. And MS Can's message is cutting off a little bit over there. I didn't mute myself. I'm not muted. Hello? Hello? Am I muted? I shouldn't be muted. Oh, Kubz. Okay, it's Kubz. I'm like, Kubz. I'm like, I don't get it. It's Kubz. Okay, Kubz VR. All right, and Chris Gould says, that's like comparing a Porsche to a bicycle. Anthony is a fan of the Chicago Cubs. That's Steve Bishop coming in. Okay, so it's Kubz. But look, if I can mistake it and say Cubs, then you didn't do a very good job. I'm sorry, because I said Cubs. I don't know. When I see a K, I think Cub. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, that's that one. Chris Gould is very disappointed with all of this. He believes Tetris Effect is the bomb. He says, I really zoned out on Tetris Effect. Still, I am not paying that price for Tetris. How much is Tetris Effect going for anyway? I didn't even look at the price, but is it like a $39.99 or something like that? Tetris Effect PS4. If it's like $39.99, they really need to get the heck out of Dodge. Okay, so that's the demo. I'm trying to find the regular price. Oh, it's not out yet, huh? Tetris Effect hasn't come out yet. Let's see, Tetris Effect. It comes out like Tuesday or something, right? Just trying to find. $39.99. So it is $39.99. There is a 10% discount. You can get it for $36. And for me, man, it is a hard pass. It is an absolute hard pass with no reservations as far as I'm concerned. The only thing I need to double check, and I'll probably watch like somebody's video about it. I just want to double check and make sure that there wasn't some other crazy VR shit that is going on while I'm playing it, just to make sure that I did not accidentally play the 2D version and I'm completely misevaluating this. But other than that, it is a hard pass for me. And Steve Bishop is like, they've got to be crazy for pricing it at $40. But you got to understand, for the flat gamers out there, and for people that just love Mizuguchi, see, Mizuguchi is like a god to a lot of people that are really into like Japanese developers, Japanese culture. He can do no wrong, man. That's Rez. That's the Rez guy. Mizuguchi, guys. Mizuguchi can do no wrong. And so he can get away with charging $40 because, and it's part of the PlayStation 4. Chris Gold says you need to play it in VR, Anthony. I mean, I was wearing my headset, bro. It did the whole PSVR thing. It did all the PSVR thing. I thought it was in VR. So I believe I was playing it in VR. I just think it was a freaking dud. But if I wasn't playing it in VR, then that's bad on me. But it's also bad on them for not making it freaking completely obvious that you'd be playing in VR or 2D. If you have a PSVR headset, you should if a PSVR headset is turned on and operational, you should automatically go into the PSVR version. And I didn't see any option that said turn on VR, like you don't have it turned on. So I don't know. I thought it was freaking whacked. But Chris Gould, I will double check it after the show, make sure that I am not off my rocker. Steve Bishop says, I assumed it would be really full of 3D effects, particles, and crap, just like Rez. That's pretty much what I assumed as well. I love when Anthony goes into the hey guys mode. Yeah, and Rudel Zavedno, who the F cares about Tetris? I played it in the 80s. Well, you know what? Super Hypercube or this thing that this guy is playing, I can see the appeal of it to a degree. But Tetris Effect, I don't know. I mean, now I'm questioning myself. See, Chris Gould has me questioning myself. I hate to question myself. I like to feel like I know what the hell I'm talking about. But sometimes I talk right out of the old yapper. You know what I'm talking about there. So let's see. Did I have any other trailers I wanted to throw on here? You know what? I have a 480p trailer. You guys want to check out a 480p trailer? It's something called Sinister. And I believe it's on Steam. Let me actually look this up real quick. Let's take a look at the Steam page first. Sinister VR Steam. And so it's Sinister Halloween on Steam. It is $9.99. So I'll show you guys. Whoops, hold on. Let me see. Okay, so here's Sinister. Why does this always do that? Sinister Halloween. It's on Steam. This came out on October 31st. There's one user review, the developer's mom. It's by Celeritas Games. I don't know anything about this other than the fact that it's $10. And that's pretty much it. But I do have a trailer for it. It's a 480p trailer. Let's check it out. On a slow news day, let's check out a nice 480p trailer. So I will have to resize this, like so. Okay, let's peep it out.
Trick or treat.
Oh, man.
Hey, it's Hallows Eve. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, this is Let's fill up our bags with candy.
Kids, be safe. Watch out for monsters.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't go in. It looks dangerous. Are the legends true? Will the souls come out tonight?
All right, so that is Sinister Halloween. I don't know diddly about that game, but you know what? This was released on actual Halloween Day, which you think they might release this like a week prior to Halloween. It does have a pretty cool Halloween flavor. It kind of looks like basically like a haunted house that you would go to in, like some type of haunted house that you would go into. Very dark. And did you guys see the spiders? I saw the spiders, and the spiders were relatively realistic looking spiders. Slightly realistic, which is not my jam at all. Speaking of spiders, I played more Serious Sam 3 yesterday, and I got to the spider level, and I'll talk about that a little bit later today. But yeah, so that is Sinister Halloween. Not very exciting there. But you know what I did find, guys? See, I found a little trick for finding VR stuff that I've never heard about. And what you do is you go to YouTube and you put VR trailer in the search area. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about over here. So I put VR trailer over here, and then you filter it and you go today. And you filter it for today. And see, I found Sinister Halloween. That's where I found that out. But I think this is a good idea because every once in a while you could find like some other stuff that maybe we didn't know about, like Legends of Catalonia VR. You know, this has no views. It's been up for 7 hours. Scraper First Strike, another trailer. No, actually, that's the old trailer. It's just somebody else is putting that up. Experiment Gone Rogue. You know, so anyway, it's kind of a little way to grab some of these other trailers and check it out. I've never checked out this Legends of Catalonia one. So let me go ahead and grab this while I'm... this doesn't look like it's from the actual developer, though. Yeah, no, F all of that. F that. But anyway, that's a way to grab some trailers. Let's see, what else could we get into? Chris Richardson says, hey, Anthony, are you digging your new 1080 Ti status? Have you revisited all those games that didn't work for you previously? You know what, Chris? Good questions all around. And let me switch this trailer up before I answer your question. This is a 480p trailer, so I'm going to have to get it back to something that is 1080p and then fix my trailer windows because they are going to be jacked. So let me go ahead and fix this real quick. And then we'll be good to go. Okay, so there is 10 Hearts, which is coming on November 8th. It is one of our anticipated games. Let me switch back to my full screen trailer window because I messed this one up. There we go. Pretty much. Let's see there. Okay, got my windows situated here. Okay, so Chris Richardson, just respond to your question. The 1080 Ti, have I tried a whole bunch of games, and what is the experience like bouncing from a 970 to a 1080 Ti? And the truth is, I've just been randomly playing VR games. There's just, I still got drama that is going on from the standpoint that, you know, I'm moving these channels, I'm trying to get all these videos over to the new channel, so there's still a lot of stuff going on. So I haven't actually gotten to the point where I can relax and like start super sampling and all this stuff. I'm just busy with a lot of stuff. But I have been playing some games that I've played before, and they're better. You know, everything does seem better, and I do seem to be able to run some games I haven't been able to run before. So it does seem to be a little bit better with the 1080 Ti. So that's my thought process on 1080 Ti's. Okay, why don't we go ahead? I might as well talk a little bit more about Serious Sam. I played more of that yesterday, so I'll throw this trailer on real quick and talk about it. So yeah, I'm really loving this. In fact, I tweeted out, I think I did a tweet yesterday about Serious Sam, or maybe it was the day before, but I am really blown away by this. This is one of the times where I am like super late to the party on something. Serious Sam 3 BFE has been available for so long, and you know what I would call this game? This game is an action Jackson. It is straight up action Jackson. This is an arcade game. You just jump into this game and you are just shooting the crap out of everything. It is very arcade. It is very fast and furious. The sound is really good. There's a lot of sound going on. The visuals are beautiful and very colorful, very vibrant. Really enjoying Serious Sam 3 VR. And of course, yesterday I was saying that I couldn't get, for some reason, I couldn't figure out how to do like free locomotion, and I couldn't find it. And Steve said, well, there's a VR control menu that is at the top. I don't know how I didn't see that. I must have been blind. Somehow I didn't see that, went back in there. So I went to the VR control menu and I activated the smooth locomotion. So I'm doing smooth locomotion. However, I am having one problem with Serious Sam right now. And so I'm pretty sure the very first time I played Serious Sam, before I went into the options and changed anything, I was using teleport, and I'm pretty sure it had snap turning, and the snap turning was like bang, 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 bang. The snap turning was pretty good, okay? Now, I went in and I turned on smooth locomotion, and I might have accidentally turned something else on or off, and now my snap turning is like, it's like smooth turning almost. It's like snap turning and smooth turning have had a baby, and it's like this in between, and it's not snap, snap, snap. I want the snap, snap, snap. I do not like the snap turning the way it is, and I went back into the options and tried to, like, what did I accidentally activate? I don't know what I did to screw up my snap turning, but somehow my snap turning is messed up. But I do have the free locomotion, and oh my God, are you zooming around fast as hell? MainFan says, why use any turning at all? Because I don't have a wireless Vive adapter, MainFan. You have a wireless Vive adapter. Steve has a TP Cast. Yes, if you're wireless, you don't need to turn ever. You could just turn your physical body and just move forward and backward, just turn your body, and that's a great way to do it. And I was playing, as I was playing Serious Sam, I thought about that several different times. I was thinking, man, I'd really like a wireless headset, because what I started to do is I started not using the Serious Sam, not using snap turning, and I was physically turning my body, but I know that the cord is starting to get tangled up, and the cord is starting to be a factor, so I was kind of worrying about the cord a little bit. But one of the problems I did have with Serious Sam, so I got to the second level. I'm playing the campaign mode, and I got to the second level, and the second level is something about the spider's den or something like that. And I'm like, oh, great, a freaking spider den. Just what I need. Gigantic ass spiders coming at me in glorious 3D, super colorful with really good sound and all this other stuff. But you know what? There's good news. There's good news. Yes, there are spiders. I was dealing with these spiders, but there's small spiders and there's really big spiders. But here's the big difference between, say, Serious Sam and that pirate fantasy shooter game, whatever it's called. The big difference is these giant spiders, they don't look like realistic spiders that you would find on planet Earth. They look like spiders from some other kind of planet, some other kind of world, or some other kind of art thing. And so that doesn't trigger that lizard sense in my brain. Oh my God, danger. This is a real spider like the ones we have here on Earth. I need to worry about this shit. Here's a giant spider the size of a Cadillac coming at me. It doesn't trigger that because it doesn't look like a real Earth type spider. And so it was different. So I didn't really worry about the spider level too much. Now, one problem I did have, though, in regards to Serious Sam 3 is I was moving around so incredibly fast that I ended up actually making myself motion sick. I legitimately got motion sick after playing this game. In fact, I was probably kind of like my stomach and my head like not feeling good for probably about an hour and a half, because I guess I was just moving too fast, too blazingly fast. It was working fine. Everything was fine. It was just after it was over, I was like, oh man, I don't feel too good about this now. So what I probably need to do is I probably need to go into Serious Sam. I think you can change the speed that you're flying through the levels at. You can kind of slow it down a little bit, I think. There's something I need to do because it definitely caused some motion sickness. So I was definitely worried about that. But that is Serious Sam. And I think, did I get through? Yeah, you know what? I finished the spider level. So I finished that entire level. So I'm on the 3rd level now. And I decided to take a break and quit out of it after that. But I'm having a ton of fun. This is a great game. Like, I can see why Serious Sam 3 VR, this one I think is higher ranked than all of the other Serious Sams. Like, this one has been in the top 20 of VR game rankings on the HTC Vive and on the Oculus Rift, and like the overall top 100. This game has climbed into the top 20 a number of different times. And I get all these submissions that people send to me with all their games ranked, and Serious Sam 3 would always be ranked pretty high up there, and I would keep seeing its name over and over again. And I always thought, you know what? I really should probably try some of these Serious Sam games, and I just never got around to it. But now I'm trying Serious Sam 3. So this is the one that I'm playing right now. I'm not going to worry about the other two. I'm going to bang away at this one, and then I'll get, or the other 3 games actually. There's 4 Serious Sam games. Okay, Paradise Decay says, Anthony, the Sam games in VR are the only ones that make me start to feel sick. Okay, I'm assuming you've got the free locomotion going and you're blazing 1,000 miles per hour, and that probably caused it, right? I think there's some way to turn the speed down, hopefully. I'm hoping for that. Paul Smith says, at Paradise Decay, it's the first 3 levels, really fun, retro flashback. Jim Hall says, Anthony, thought you didn't believe in motion sickness. It's all in your head. Mostly yes. Mostly yes. No, it's not all in your head, but I think it's in your head to the degree. There are so many people out there, countless people, that write VR off before they've ever tried it. They think about VR and they're like, oh no, VR is going to make me dizzy. It's going to make me motion sick. And then they try VR and they're like, yep, I'm dizzy. Yep, I'm motion sick. And they throw the headset off. That's what I'm talking about. There are people that psych themselves out. I'm not saying that there isn't legit motion sickness. There are definitely, I think maybe 80% of it is in your head, but there is legitimate motion sickness. There's certain things that some developers do that do not compute. You know, it's like the smooth turning and stuff like that. There's certain things that you can do. Instant motion sickness, it is real. But I'm talking about the great unwashed. I'm talking about the masses of people out there. There's so many people, like, you could bring your Oculus Go or whatever it is to a birthday party where there's like 45 people there, and you'll be offering all the different people an opportunity to jump into the VR experience, and half of them will be like, no, it'll probably give me a headache, it'll make me dizzy, you know, I heard that makes people motion sick, no, I'm okay. And some people will just say no, you know, yeah. And this is SSH Turtle. People that psych themselves out make me sick. Okay, I don't know if I want to go that far, but you know what? It's psychological, man. It really, a lot of it is psychological, but then there is a legitimate like portion of it where it's not psychological. Like, it would probably happen to virtually everyone under certain circumstances. Main Fan says he tried Serious Sam again a week ago and thought it felt slow at full speed. That's after Doom 1 and 2 in VR. And SSH Turtle says, makes me want to put him into Dread Halls. Yeah, I used to really like Dread Halls. Dread Halls was pretty sweet. Andy Sky says, after Poor Cell, Crow Team decided not to support Serious Sam 4. Noel DBZ says, I got Serious Sam 3, haven't tried it yet. Maybe I will try it later. I'm telling you, check it out. It is so colorful, so beautiful. Really a big fan of Serious Sam 3. I can see why it is ranking so high. And Chris Gould says, I get sick if I walk too fast. Wow, that is pretty harsh. Yeah, no, the only time, I mean, I don't get motion sickness very often, but every once in a while I do. There's an occasional, I remember Drive Club VR. The most motion sick I ever got, I think, was with Drive Club VR. When I first got Drive Club VR, I think I rented it from Gamefly, like the physical disc for PlayStation VR, and I was playing Drive Club VR, and it's like, you know, I rented this thing and I want to play it for a number of days and then send it back. So I was kind of forcing myself to play it, And oh man, that was some of the worst motion sickness, but it was weird because I was motion sick for like 2 or 3 days playing it, and then I finally got over it and was no longer motion sickness. It's almost like my brain had to adapt to the way Drive Club VR works, and then like I lost, you know, the motion sickness was no longer a problem. So, oh, Chris Gould's kidding about the walking thing. Okay. Yeah, sarcasm. Let's throw on some other rando trailer here. Want to throw on that Matt Pat trailer? No. You know what? Actually, I have a trailer that I downloaded, if I can find it. It was something about Wal-Mart. Okay, Oculus and Wal-Mart. Yeah, so this is a new trailer that Oculus, it's released on the Oculus YouTube channel. Let's check this out. It's something about Wal-Mart and how they're using Oculus headsets for training. Kind of interesting. We might as well check it out real quick.
One of my goals, as you well know, was to make that the best store in Arkansas. We tried to take care of our customers as best we could. It's quite a story, but the success we've had is because of our people.
It's your VR headset. You're just gonna place that on. Let's hold your remote there.
Welcome to Wal-Mart training. For customers.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Click each marker to learn about the different types of orders that will
It's very detailed.
I mean, it feels like I'm standing in front of the tower.
I think I could touch that.
I'm in the front of the
I see
store.
an associate right here on the side.
It wants me to scan a
I
package.
just dispensed an order. You know, hearing about it versus, you know, seeing it and doing it is totally different.
This is like hands-on training.
This kind of training that helps with making it faster because once you hit the floor with this, you know what you're doing.
It makes people want to learn more.
Hands-on training is important for customer service, which is everything.
This enhancement would unify the company.
take a look at that orange tower in front of you. It can hold 297 packages.
That's pretty cool. You know, training and VR is actually a very interesting thing. And it's a very cool thing. And it can work in some very great ways in terms of... Because the thing is, you could hire an employee. And when you get that employee on the show floor actually working and actually dealing with customers, it's a whole different ball game. And if you can take that employee and you could train them how to like operate a register, how to like the greeters, just the Walmart greeters, for example, like they could have an experience where random people are walking in, you know, how do you deal with like a real irritated, pissed off customer? You know, how do you deal with like the nice customers? You know, just different scenarios that they can put you in with VR training is a pretty good idea. I was actually thinking as I was watching this, because I used to work, well, I still work for the state of California. I just haven't been there in a long time. Like my job is basically in limbo kind of right now. But back when I was at the state of California, we would have to go through like all these different trainings all the time. Like they make you go through it every single year. For example, you have to do like sexual harassment training and all this stuff. And you're sitting in your cubicle and you're watching this little video. And so you'll watch this little video about like sexual harassment, and then you answer, you know, you'll go through some type of quiz after it's over, and you have to pass the quiz. You know, you have to go through it a number of times and pass the quiz because they don't want to get sued. You know, sexual harassment is this really huge thing. Well, I was just thinking to myself, man, they could do training for sexual harassment. And it sounds like a joke, but no, wait a minute. I think they really could. And they could do it from some different aspects, because they could put you in the shoes of the person that is being harassed. And so, you know, because VR is a really good empathy machine, it really is. It can place you in the shoes of somebody. And so it can kind of show you like these different scenes that are playing out. Here's a scene where somebody is being sexually harassed. Here's a scene where somebody avoids it, or, you know, just different things like that. So I really do believe like training is going to be an important thing for VR, and it's going to touch so many different industries in so many little ways, especially having something like an Oculus Go that is a low-cost option. Like, didn't we hear a story? Was there a story about where Walmart bought like 30,000 Oculus Go's? And Main Fan says, harass me, baby, unless you're a dude. And Paradise Decay says, didn't KFC make a training video on Steam? Yeah, think about it. Like McDonald's. Like, wouldn't this be perfect for McDonald's or for Starbucks or for, like, if you're a bartender or whatever? Imagine making interactive, bartender training. A dealer, you know, a 21 dealer or whatever. You could have, like, glasses that are tracked, and you're like grab this bottle, you know, I mean, there's lots of different, there's just unlimited different things that can be done with training in VR. I mean, I know firefighters are going to use it, police officers are going to use it, the military's already been using it for a long time. But once it gets like super affordable, we're almost there really with the Oculus Go being pretty affordable, a lot of businesses are going to invest in this, and they're going to train their employees in a better way. And like, people are going to have like 1,000 hours of training in VR before they ever step onto the actual floor of wherever it is. Chris Gould says, I'd rather eat a virtual McDonald's meal than a real one. Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe it can make the food taste better. So yeah, it's kind of a cool video. I think it's a feel-good story, Walmart and VR. 'Cause don't you love Walmart? Everybody loves Walmart, don't they? Doesn't everybody love Walmart? Or does everybody hate Walmart? It's one of the two. Don't know which one. Okay, what do I want to grab? I just want to grab a rando trailer. We'll grab Jet Island Mixed Reality. Okay, sexual harassment training. They could call it Oculus Touch. Absolutely, man. And Fluke says, if a company puts an employee in VR training where they're being sexually harassed, how long until they get sued? Yeah, you're going to have to people opt into it. I mean, yeah, it opens up an entire can of worms, but I'm just saying, sometimes it's hard to convey people, like, the thing about sexual harassment, like going back to sexual harassment, the reason that companies have to do this over and over and over again, they have to make you watch these videos over and over again. Some of it is sexual harassment. Some of it is like racism and stuff like that, like what you can say. Some of it is like being sensitive to other people's cultures and religions. You know, there's a million different things that people can get butthurt over. And employers, like really big employers, they don't want to deal with lawsuits. And so they will have you take these training sessions over and over and over again. Now, for probably 70% of the human population out there, they could watch one or two of these training videos and they know what's going on. You know, they don't need to watch it again and again and again. But I'm telling you, never underestimate the randomness of the general human population, because there's some people that just don't get it. They have to be beaten over their head, man. There's some people, they don't understand. Yeah, welcome to Sexual Harassment Rankings. We are going to rank the top 10 sexual harassment moves in your local workplace. The first one is, oh my God, you stared too much. Do not stare at your, don't stare at your employees, blah, blah, blah. But no, seriously, some people just don't get it, man. They have to be beaten over the head. And that's where I think VR can really help it in a major way. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on here. So like I was saying earlier, I didn't really have anything to get into specifically, but we can, of course, go ahead and check out the various VR websites of choice. Let's go ahead and peep out Upload VR real quick. Let's go ahead and check that out. Okay, Vive Studio Boss. We need to get better at marketing content. I don't think anybody will disagree with that. Facebook predicts a 40 to 50% increase in spending in 2019 due to VR, AR, and more. Okay, they're spending heavily on VR and AR in their investments, and we've already seen these other topics. Oh, wait. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney opens his mouth, opens his pie hole. Let's see what came out of his pie hole. Closed Oculus platform would mean less income for developers. What are you talking about here? I don't get this. Everybody has a fucking closed platform. Everybody's taking 30% of developers' money. What are you talking about? Is Oculus going to take more than 30% from the Oculus Quest? No, they're going to take the standard 30% like everybody is doing. I don't get this. Let's see if we have a quote from Tim Sweeney. I don't know, but I haven't looked into this whole thing, but the bottom line is everybody's got a closed platform, even Steam, even your beloved Steam, and everybody out there that loves Steam so very much, it's a closed platform like the rest. It's their closed platform with big open gates. Come into our closed world. We have big gates coming into our closed world. It's all the same shit. So what are you complaining about? I normally like Tim Sweeney, and normally I kind of agree with Tim Sweeney, and I love it when he goes crazy on Windows, and he talks, you know, he'll go into some crazy talk about how Windows is trying to keep us out of this and out of that, and how they're trying to do these little secret tricks. And I kind of like Tim Sweeney most of the time, but I don't know. I haven't read this topic. Maybe he has a very good explanation of it, but I don't really get it. It's all closed platforms in my view. Okay, let's go back over here. And yeah, nothing much else over there on Upload VR. I can, of course, we can bounce over to Road to VR, see what they got going on. So Road to VR, Bell says latest helicopter was designed 10 times faster with VR. You know what? I did hear about this, and there's actually a video that you can watch about this. And I'm not going to go into the video or anything, but basically this is one of the examples. Like, this is a legitimate case study where VR is really changing things in a major, major way. They were able to design this new concept aircraft in just 6 months. And basically it's work that would normally take them like several years to do this. And they were able to do it in 6 months. And this is a perfect example about how VR and AR and all of it is going to change society as we know. Like, it's going to change every aspect of business. It is going to change the game. There's just no question about it. And that is an interesting story. If you guys haven't heard of that, you can go ahead and check that out. Let's see. Paradise Decay says, imagine flying abroad and going into the cockpit only to see both pilots in their Oculus Go's saying, well, the training manual says to press this button here. That's our future, man. I thought you were talking about like going abroad and being immersed in an environment where everybody is speaking a different language. They have that right now already, right? Where you can try to learn like French or Spanish or whatever, where you're like walking around a town where everybody is speaking French, and it's like, okay, you've got to go to this store and you've got to ask, can I use the bathroom, please? There's going to be stuff like that. I thought he was going in that direction when he was talking about flying abroad, but there's all kinds of interesting stuff. Chris Gold says, but no extra revenue from other platforms. Steve Bishop says, Epic's only VR game, Robo Recall, available now only on Oculus Rift. Exactly. Great point there, Steve. And Chris Gold says, yep, great point. Simplex PL says, PC and Androids are not closed platforms. Well, yeah, the PC isn't, you know, the PC itself isn't, but I'm going to argue that Steam is a closed platform. Devs can support multiple HMDs on Steam, but they're still paying 30% of that money to Steam. Steam doesn't give a damn. Like, Steam will welcome people in, but it's still their private deal. Like, if they want to make a rule all of a sudden that says you cannot get on Steam unless you do this, this, and that, they can make that rule, and it is a closed platform. It's just a closed platform that a lot of people have happy feelings about. I can rant forever on that, man. Steam is not a freaking open platform. I disagree with whatever technicality people want to bring up about it, but people love Steam, man. They will bend over backwards to like make Steam seem like this happy place. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the Vive subreddit real quick, see if there's any news stories as today's shit show continues. Certainly not as good as yesterday. Yesterday's show, I think, was way the hell better than today's show. But this will happen every once in a while here. Let's see. I tried to avoid HTC Care at all costs, but they came to me and played a blinder. Don't know what that means. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Donald Greenberg, one of the founders of CGI, says that to have a VR that is very close to reality will need about 15 to 20 years. That's kind of interesting. I don't know that I would disagree with that. You know, photoreal VR is probably at least 20 years away, I would say, if not longer. So yeah, not much going on the Vive subreddit. Let me see if Oculus has anything popping off right now. Samsung Odyssey Plus early impressions. I can click on this and just see if we can get to the skinny of it. Oh, I guess you got to go into this guy's article to find out about it. Nah, don't want to do that. Okay, so back out of that. Edge of Nowhere, you know, Edge of Nowhere is the daily deal. I believe it's $15 right now. Yeah, Edge of Nowhere is $15. Not too bad. It does have definite horror elements, though. You might not think about that. And that's that Oculus Walmart video we were talking about that we just saw. Save 66% on House of the Dying Sun on Steam. Of course, there's a million things on sale on Steam right now, so we don't really need to worry. Oh, Twitch Prime. If you guys are a member of like Amazon Prime, you can get some free games. And I guess this is the first like VR game that is now free with Prime. Overload. I mean, it happens to have a VR mode. Like my kids, we have Amazon Prime. And so my kids will, they've gotten some free games through the Twitch thing, you know, because we have Amazon Prime. And so Overload is 100% free. So, you know, that's something to check out if you do have Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you get Twitch Prime for free. You just need to link accounts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's linked to one of my son's accounts right now. And I don't know how, like, do you get a code? Like how does that work? Like, to me, you'd probably have to jump through a lot of different hoops to get it up and running on your computer, playing it in VR, in my son's Twitch account. You know, it's like, do I want to jump through a million hoops? I'm the type of guy, I don't like jumping through a ton of hoops. I got to be honest with you. So I don't know that I will ever try Overlord through my son's Twitch account. Okay, let's go ahead and bounce over to PSVR real quick, although we were already here. Scraper First Strike, new level screenshots released. And there are two types of people in this subreddit. Let's go ahead and see what this one's talking about. Popular on our PSVR. Oh yeah, Tetris Effect is a horrible precedent and Tetris Effect is amazing. Yeah, we've already heard about that. But yeah, that's a good example. And 2MD VR Football is going to have this 2-player update. I definitely want to check that out. I was a fan of 2MD VR Football. Definitely enjoying that. And, you know, the Target Black Friday bundle, certainly people are talking about that. Okay, let me go ahead and bounce back over to chat. Oh, you know, one thing that is going on in chat. So again, guys, I'm not the Discord guy, and I don't know a lot about Discord. I'm a noob when it comes to Discord. But if you go to the YouTube channel, if you go to this episode today and you go to the show notes, there's an invitation. There is like a link that you can click on that will invite you to VR365's Discord channel. So if you want to jump into the VR365 Discord, you can go ahead and do that. Now, right now, all I think we got is just like a general chat for the VR365 Discord. I was on there last night. SSH Turtle, I believe, was in there as well. Noah was in there. There was a couple other people in there as well. And so I don't really know what I'm doing, but I am up there now on Discord. So if anybody wants to jump into it, go ahead. I don't know that it's a good idea, though, that I have that invitation like in my YouTube video, because after I put that in my YouTube video, I'm starting to wonder, oh my God, is this going to let in everybody and everyone? And we might get some like really annoying griefers that jump in there and start like saying profanity and stuff. So I need to probably have some kind of mod or like a moderator. And Noah, our boy Noah, he's a moderator for a lot of different channels. So he might help me out with that. But yeah, Phil Yarn, woohoo! Yeah, go ahead, man. Jump in, get into Discord. And I'll tell you what, I will be bouncing into that Discord repeatedly for the rest of the day and the evening as I continue to upload new videos, downloading them on 4K Video Downloader, getting all my old videos up into the new channel. Apologies again for bombarding everybody with a million VR365. Well, it's actually VR Game Rankings videos, or the old videos. Fluke just joined. Hide your bananas. Yeah, so SSH Turtle is a mod for my Discord. She is really good. Okay, so maybe SSH Turtle can be a mod for our Discord as well, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just barely learning. Dude, I was hella worried today because I thought I accidentally left my mic live on Discord. And I'm going to go ahead and say a message in Discord right now. I thought I left my mic accidentally live in Discord, and I was worried that I was saying all kinds of totally inappropriate things in Discord and was really worried about that. But luckily my mic was not live, because Noah likes to talk on the mic. And so last night we were actually talking on the mic. We were also chatting just normal style in Discord and talking on the mic as well. So yeah, definitely we'll be doing that. Ray Pope says, so sick and tired of Facebook and shit like Discord. What's the deal? Well, dude, Discord is one of these things that basically you just got to deal with it because it's what everybody is into. See, when I first heard about Discord, everybody was raving about Discord is the new way, man. It's the new way to do it. So I got Discord a long time ago, and I tried it for a while, and I just got sick of all these little, all these little messages popping up. This guy is streaming now. All these little like constant messages popping up. And so I need to figure out what is going on there. And Phil Yarn says, I once mistakenly left my Discord mic open while having, okay, I don't want to read that. Yeah, you definitely want to be careful what you're doing there. You do not want to know what I say after hours. Yeah, that was crazy. Okay, so anyways, guys, you know what? Nothing much is going on. I guess we've been in here for about an hour. This is a true shit show. My apologies. This is kind of the this is basically the exact opposite of yesterday's show. See, every once in a while, normally when I do these shows, I don't know if a show is good or bad. Usually they're kind of in between. Some shows kind of good, some shows kind of bad, but usually I don't have a feeling whether a show is good or bad. Yesterday, I felt like I was on point yesterday, man. I felt like I was in the zone. It's like when Michael Jordan gets on the court and every shot he's shooting is just nothing but net, just totally in the zone, right? And I felt like that on yesterday's show. I felt like I was in the zone. And today, I felt like every shot I took was just clanking off the rim. And this was a pretty crappy episode. But you know what? I got through it. I made it through. Today is Friday. and it's pretty much over. And I'm going to jump back into Tetris Effect and make sure that I didn't get everything wrong. So I will check all of that out. But yeah, we're pretty much done today. Let me see if I can grab my outro trailer and get the hell out of Dodge. And hopefully Saturday's episode will be a hell of a lot better. That is my hopes. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for today's episode. So be sure to go ahead and check out the website, vrgamerankings.com. It still exists. You can go ahead and subscribe to this show if you want, but I don't really care. You can like this video if you want. I don't really care either. I need subscribers on VR365, but I also totally understand if anybody, you might want to wait and subscribe to VR365 on Tuesday, because all the episodes will have been uploaded, so there won't be episodes constantly uploading. All the back catalog will be there. The new episodes will be there. And so you might want to start Tuesday and go ahead and subscribe. Everything should be good by then. But anyway, guys, I got to get the hell out of Dodge. I will see everybody tomorrow on Saturday at 12 noon. 12 noon on Saturday. See you guys then. Take it easy. Later.